Hey guys, I just want to give you a little update how services went this past weekend. It was the first time that we were able to gather in person in over 2 months. And so we had a lot of different guidelines that we were having to follow to make sure that we didn't get too many people in the room, and we continued to have to follow the 6-foot social distancing. Groups couldn't be larger than 10. Our staff worked very diligently to ensure that we followed the guidelines, and they did a phenomenal job. We had a Saturday night service, 3 Sunday morning services on our 231 campus, and then we had 2 Sunday morning services at our Kingswood campus at Southport. And so they were great. It was wonderful to be able to gather together. We got a lot of great feedback. Folks just saying it was so good to be able to look across the room and see folks that we've not seen in such a long time, and to be able to be here on our church campuses. But we do have a couple of changes for this next upcoming weekend. After reviewing everything as far as the number of folks that were here, we believe that we can continue to follow the guidelines and gather together and no longer have to have the Saturday night service. We believe we've got plenty of room to be able to do that in the 3 Sunday morning services here at 231 and the 2 Sunday morning services in Southport. So this coming weekend, we'll have an 8 o'clock, a 9:30, and an 11 o'clock service here at the 231 campus. And at Kingswood, we'll have 9:30 and 11 a.m. services. So here's what's going to change here at the 231 campus. This past week, we had you divided up by first letters of last names, and just trying to make sure that we had a division coming in that would keep us from hitting that capacity percentage that we had. So this next week, we're just going to let you come to whatever service you want to come to. And we're going to follow it that way unless a problem arises to where we have too many folks. Then we may have to go back and say, all right, listen, we need to change things up a little bit to ensure that we still follow the capacity that we've been given that we can have. So this next week here at 231, 8 a.m., 9:30, 11 a.m., you choose. All the other guidelines are going to be the same. We won't open the doors to get onto into the buildings on campus until 15 minutes before the service. As soon as the service is over, we'll ask you to leave. There's 2 entrances and there's 2 separate exits. We'll explain all that. It's easily marked here. We have all the seating set up to where you're safely 6 feet apart. We're not allowing groups to be larger than 10. We're asking you to sit in your family group, and you define what your family group is. And so it worked out great. Matter of fact, I'll be honest with you, if you go to Walmart or if you go to the grocery store or Target, you are going to, you're going to be in a more unsafe environment than you would be here on our church campus. At Kingswood, again, Pastor Kit, if you've not spoken to him, make sure you do that before you show up, because they're a little bit tighter on the amount of folks that they can have there. But again, they had a great Sunday as well. So you'll be hearing more about this as the week goes on, but I just wanted to throw it out there. This coming Sunday, 8 a.m., 9:30, 11 here at the 231. You decide which service you're coming to. And then on the Kingswood campus, 9:30 and 11, no Saturday night service. Now, I do want to say one more thing, because since we're not able to have children's ministry and the events and activities that normally happen there, our children's ministry staff came up with a children's worship guide bag that kind of helps them stay tuned in. You know, we're limiting services to 1 hour because we know we've got the whole family in here, and kids get restless, and some of you young parents said, there's no way I'm taking my 5-year-old down there, to be too crazy. I understand, but we're going to help you with that. Matter of fact, they even have a sermon sheet to go along with what I'm speaking on, where your kids can listen and they can fill this out, and some neat things, keywords, fill in the blanks. What was my favorite worship song for the day? And any kid that fills this out gives it back to Tammy or her staff, they've got a special treat to give those kids. So we're doing everything we can to help you as a young family to gather together. You know that I'm never going to have anything that I believe that is going to expose you or create an unsafe environment for you than just living life normally would. And I think we've done a great job. We're very excited to be able to gather together. And so I would encourage you, maybe you were waiting to see how the first week went. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Come next week. Now, naturally, there's a demographic of you guys that are a little bit more high risk. We would encourage you to continue to stay at home. Don't come if you don't feel comfortable with that. But if you're hanging out down at Lowe's buying flowers all day, then you can come on back to God's house, all right? I love you guys. Everything else will continue to be online. Our Wednesday night services online. We won't do those in person. Our life groups, Sunday morning, 8 a.m. And then all the children and youth and collegiate activities will continue to remain online until we get a little bit clearer path to be able to start gathering together in those events, okay? All right, you'll hear more about this as the week goes on. Just want to throw it out there real quick on Monday morning so you can plan for this next week. God bless you. Have a great day.